be of some help.
Thank you.
It's a life-threatening and spine-damaging offense when someone not teaches you how to maintain a neutral spine while performing these lifts. Know why? Let's check it out. Hello friends, Kantima here, signing on Stay Fit Live Fitness Academy. Most of us has at some point of time has experienced a back pain while performing any exercise in the gym floor. Most of us have managed to overcome the pain by performing corrective exercises, and most of us they are in the midst of confusion about why this pain has occurred although the movement is correct. The maintaining of neutral spine holds a lot of benefits, starting from any general client to a professional lifter. Now here are a few points we are going to discuss throughout this video. The very first point is proper transfer of energy. Now to simplify this point, I would be taking one example where and you can see two pictures of a person lifting a same weight of 40 kilos from the ground. Now if you see in the first picture, the person who is lifting the weight biomechanically incorrect manner, he is putting more pressure than the person who is lifting the same weight in a biomechanically correct manner. Now people, this movement directly affects the lumbar region of your spine. While lifting the weight, although you are using your hands to hold the weight, but you are pushing the ground and lifting the weight of your body and along with the object through your legs. Now this connection of lower body and upper body is only possible by maintaining a neutral spine. Hence, the neutral spine acts as a bridge of proper flow or transfer of energy from the lower body to upper body. The second point is proper and efficient connection between the CNS and the rest of the muscles in the body while performing any movement. Now people, central nervous system passes the message through the spinal cord, which passes through the vertebrae of the spine. Now people, if someone is performing a deadlift, as you can see in the picture down to my right, and he flexes his spine, now the spinal cord gets choked in the vertebrae, and due to which the brain might not be able to transfer the message in an effective manner, and which might lead to a failed lift. This example can be clearly shown while you hold a pipe or a water pipe. Now if you bend the pipe in any of a corner, the water flow decreases immediately. Same thing happens with the CNS and the transfer of messages from the brain to the muscles. Third point, be your proper force generation capacity of the body. Now people, to explain this point, we'll be taking the examples of professional weightlifters. As you can see, while performing a clean and jerk or a snatch, the proper coordination of the body, the neuromuscular junction, motor recruitment, all has to take place simultaneously in an effective and efficient manner. To provide a platform to all these maneuvers or all these movements, a neutral spine is damn necessary. Now people, if you can see in the picture, a person is performing a snatch, he is maintaining a neutral spine to help him generate that force which will be required to lift that weight from the ground and to reach overhead. The next point will be to avoid muscle imbalances. Let's take a very simple example. We have all performed push press. Now in push press, what happens? The person is holding the weight in a front squat manner. Now, while performing a push press in which is supposed to be a full body movement and where the spine is not maintained or the spine is flexed, the movement well executed puts a lot of pressure on the anterior deltoid only, because this is the muscle which will be helping us to push the weight overhead. Instead, the whole body. Now, this highly increases the risk of injuries for the anterior deltoid muscles. Now, if a person is doing the same movement with a neutral spine, he will be using the force produced from his body to lift the weight and not from a single muscle. The next part is like the neutral spine also helps you to engage all the core muscles or the ligaments or the stabilizers of the spine as well while performing a lift. For example, let us take an example of a deadlift one more time. While you are lifting weight from the ground and you are maintaining neutral spine, here what happens, like when you lift the weight up, the whole body acts as a single unit along with the core, the side ligaments of the spine to help you lift the weight up. Now, for example, you are lifting the same weight with a flexed spine. Here, the entire pressure of lifting the weight falls on the ligament of the spine. Now, the ligament of the spine are not that developed and they are very small muscles, and for them to lift that heavy weight, take an example of 100 or 120 kilos, becomes very difficult. Slowly or gradually over time, you will see that these muscles get fatigued and is the main reason for a back pain. People, with regards to the previous point, this maneuver of flexing spine and lifting the weight also is the main reason for herniated disc. In a herniated disc, the jelly-like substances starts protruding from the disc, which causes immense pain even if you think of getting up. To avoid this, a neutral spine is a must. The next point is to diminish the compressive force on the exoskeleton. For example, a person is performing a squat. Take an example on the video on the bottom right. Now, the entire pressure, let's take an example of he's performing a squat with 120 kilos. The 120 kilos is putting a compressive force on the exoskeleton. Now, if the spine is not put in a neutral position, the entire pressure of the squat falls on the lumbar region. And this lumbar region is the most affected part of any client you go to the gym. Why? Because of a slight problem of not maintaining a neutral spine. While maintaining a neutral spine, we are able to create that correct intra-abdominal pressure, or if you say core bracing. If the spine is put in neutral position, you are able to engage the core muscles effectively, which will help you to lift heavier weights. While performing any deadlift and you are flexing a spine, while performing any deadlift in a flex spine manner, there is an entire shear force which is only dealt by the ligaments. Now, if you maintain a neutral spine, the spine will try to produce a posterior shear force, which is regarding the Newton's third law of every action there is an opposite equal reaction. Now, if this happens, the posterior shear force comes to play, the entire shear force diminishes. And that's the reason why maintaining a neutral spine is must before performing any movements. This last point holds a greater part of why you should perform lifts with neutral spine. People, whenever you do any movement faulty, you're using more energy than the required amount. This directly results in the creation of unwanted energy. And people, we don't want to waste any more energy. While performing a lift in a corrective manner uses the required amount of energy. People, so that's the reason why you should maintain a neutral spine while performing the exercise or perform any movements in a gym. So people, I hope this video was informative and useful at the same time. We'll be soon back with more interesting topics. Till then, stay safe, take care, and people, maintain a neutral spine.